Let's get into this. Hopefully you guys could hear me. I don't have my external mic in, and also it's kind of hot, so I have the air on as well as this window down a little bit. I just wanted to basically give you guys a little bit of an update. As you can see from the title, I graduated. Woo. Let me just summarize, break down. Went to a 4-year college, and I finished in actually 3.5 years, so I finished a semester early. What is that? The winter? Fall? Yeah, I finished in the fall semester, which ended, let me over. I finished around December, and then of course you have like your semester break, winter break, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, Speedy Gonzalez. And which is usually around about these turns are gonna be something else. Okay, so it's usually around a month or so that you get your semester break, your winter break, holiday break, whatever you call it at your university. I applied for graduation, did everything, got it done. So I was done by December. For these past 6 months, I've just really been working, doing some freelance work, but mainly, yeah, just working and trying to save up. They don't have graduation ceremonies for that in the winter or in the fall semester or whatever. So even though I was done then, I hadn't walked the stage. And so this past week was when I walked the stage. That was pretty cool, and yeah, so oh gosh, can you go any slower? My man. Because I had already been done, technically, it just, okay, first how I felt after I was done, like, because I'm used to having like that winter break or whatever. So for like that whole month of January, it just kind of felt normal. It felt like I was going back to school after that was done. But then the reality was that, you know, then came February and I wasn't going back to school. And honestly, it just felt like an extended summer break. So I didn't feel any type of way. I was constantly doing other stuff. I was always still working. So it didn't feel like a void was missing or anything by not going back to school. Honestly, the time went by really, really quick. And I looked up and I'm like, dang, like it's May. It's about to be time to walk the stage. It makes me kind of like, I don't know, feel weird about looking back on it, that like 6 months really passed since I technically was done, because deep down I feel like I haven't done that much, or I guess I haven't just done as many things in that time span that I would have liked to. I mean, I also feel like I shouldn't be too hard on myself, because I mean, what more would I have actually done if I was still attending classes? It would have been still a toll on time. It's crazy to me that time flew by that fast like it did. And I do feel like I could have done more with that time, but I mean, I did what I could in the time at the moment, you know? We just got to keep on moving forward. And yeah, I'm just really excited to, I guess, finally be for real done. It doesn't feel official until you walk across that stage, I guess. I really personally didn't really care about too much, like the ceremony itself. And I'm not saying that it was a bad ceremony. I had a good time actually at the actual ceremony, but it just, like, to me, walking across the stage was, let's focus. Let's get back on track. To me, walking across the stage didn't hold that much value to me for some reason, and I'm still like trying to figure out why that is. Because like I just remember sitting, even though this was like a few days ago, this past week, I just remember sitting there like at one of my ceremonies, and I was just like I'm here, but I'm not here. Like I'm present, and I'm around like all these people, and everybody's looking good. Everybody's having such a good, I'm trying to turn slow so this doesn't fall. I'm here, everybody's looking good. Everybody's having such an amazing time. I'm seeing all these faces that I haven't seen since like a few months, because I haven't really been on campus around everybody, and it was just, you know, good seeing all these faces. And at the same time, I was just like, I guess it didn't feel like like much. I don't know, and I'm still, because it's still fresh, I can't really reflect on it as much, and I don't really understand why that is. But nevertheless, I did want to make sure that I actually attended and just, you know, made the most out of that moment, because like these are moments that you're gonna look back on, and you know, even though I wasn't like really into it in the moment, I mean, eventually later down the line I'll probably look back on it and be glad that, you know, I just got to experience that. To me, all of this like celebration stuff was more for my family, and I think that's just like the least I could like owe to them. Like I owe them that moment to get with their daughter or with their sister, with their whatever I am to them. I just feel like I owe that more to them than to me. Like I'm more of a person that like, I'm the show me the money type of person. Like I need to be in it, experiencing it, and I'm like a hands-on learner for me to see the value in it. Like it's like, yes, I have a degree, but like if I don't have enough to show for it that I want, like then it really doesn't mean nothing to me. Like to me, I would get more, it's more significant to me if I am living out my dreams, or if I'm doing things, even if they're like little small things, if I'm getting more shoots or doing actual things to put my passion into practice, that's what brings more significance to me. So like walking across the stage was a milestone, it was good, it was a moment, but it wasn't, you know, maybe not yet, maybe it's just not yet that it's not. Maybe it's just not sinking in yet. As I said, it's all very fresh. You jamming out, okay. I see you, okay. It was just more for my family, and I'm just so blessed, and I feel so fortunate that I had people to greet me when I came down the stage. I had people to cheer me on. What really matters is like having the family and the support from friends and family there with you to experience this journey with you, and all the support and like all the sacrifices that they made to see you win. That's what really mattered to me. Though the ceremony itself didn't matter, this experience as a whole did matter. So I'm not devaluing that. I'm not saying that, you know, this is whatever, like that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that like I really appreciate all the love that everybody's given to me, and every last bit of support that I received from everybody. I guess that was just a long way of me saying how this feels right now at this moment. And I'm wondering if any of my graduates out there, previous graduates that are, you know, a few years post-grad, kind of understand where I'm coming from. I'm just over here talking as I'm going to the gym. Did I mention I was going to the gym? Or maybe you guys could already tell by this. But yeah, I'm on my way to the gym. Whole little chit chat, you know, catch up with me, update, life update, I guess. Throughout my college years, I guess for the past like 4 years or so, I've been contemplating writing a blog, which I just never got to. Yeah, just something I never got to. So I had a bunch of like blogs written out in my notes that I was gonna then post later, which just never got around to. So I figured I would kind of share one of my posts that was on there that would have been a blog post. You get what I'm saying, basically. I just wanted to read a quick little excerpt to kind of give you guys some perspective, and maybe we can make this like a regular thing, since I don't really have plans of actually posting a blog anytime soon. I guess I'll just share some of them on here verbally, and that'll be my way of posting it. Could just start a conversation from there. Okay. Mind you, just to point out, this was written, what's the date? This was written back in March. So things have changed since then, obviously, but yeah, so just to give a little bit of context of, you know, the timing. I feel like on the surface, I'm doing all right. I'm working, I'm keeping a good workout regimen. I get to see my family on a daily basis, and I have a degree. And I have 2 businesses I do on the side, essential services and photography. Yet I don't feel fully fulfilled, usually. I struggle with finding what I really like to do and knowing what I want, and knowing what it is I want to do with my life. I know the general things I want in my life, but these things may be too vague and are not really propelling me toward the answers I'm searching for. Perhaps I may never get the answers I want, but maybe that's the cool thing about life itself. For example, I know I want a lifestyle with freedom and control. I want to be able to wake up and do whatever I want to do without worrying about obligations of where I have to be at a certain time because someone else is relying on me for a move to be made, or without worrying about how I'm going to afford to do what I want. I want to be able to get up, to have a bomb workout, eat good food, experience beautiful places, and travel. But I don't want to be so nomadic to the point that I don't have a home base or that I'm in a new place every week. I want to be discovering a new place maybe every 2 months or so. This way I could actually get acquainted with the culture of the place and feel settled. And then if I end up really loving a particular place, I'll decide to stay there a bit longer. No rush, just because I can. Basically, I want to be able to decide and not feel obligated because of external factors or finances. I picture myself staying at lofty homes and documenting this journey as I go. I envision that throughout this process, I will be constantly creating content and growing as a student of the world. This earth is too big not to explore. What's weird, though, is that I can't picture a certain person along the journey with me, which is kind of lonely, right? I could totally do it alone, but it's interesting to me that I don't have a prerequisite of like a significant other with me or a friend or a family member. But maybe the majority will be on my own while tagging different people with me along the way. What's even more frustrating is that I don't know how I'll be making a living while doing this. How will I be affording this lifestyle? Unless I win the lottery and am set for the rest of my life, I mean, that's a possibility nonetheless. Not really, but whatever. Sometimes instead of thinking about this and getting excited, which I mean, this is exciting stuff, I begin to feel like frozen. Like it's just so much that my reaction just is to sit and do nothing. And how can I expect for something to happen if no action is taken? It's like expecting for your car to drive and you haven't even put it in the key into the ignition and you're just sitting in the car waiting and you're like, what the heck? Why aren't you moving? It sounds pretty simple. Just start the car and go. But in that moment, you don't know how to change the situation. So you then say, forget it, my car is broken. And you get out and dwell on how sucky it is that you can't go where you planned on going because you can't drive anymore. It's so crazy. I guess this is the current state of where I am today, though my intentions are very ambitious. I know there's a lot of good in store for me. I know that once I get to the place I set out to go in my car, that it would be so dope. I don't even know what that place is. It doesn't have a name or address, but in my gut, it's like, I'll know it once I get there and see it. I'll be like, yep, this is it. I think by now you could tell how tricky the situation is. You're probably thinking, well, Micaiah, then how can you manage to get to some place with no direction? There's no coordinates, let alone an address, so how can others guide you in the right direction? Seems like a pretty rigged system. And to that, my friend, I agree. I fully get that. And that's the frustrating part of it. I don't know how to help others help me because I don't have clarity. I just know by process of elimination what is not the right route. I know, and I'm becoming more conscious of what makes me feel good and what drains me. I think that's the best I can do and offer right now, as little as it may seem. I'm just holding on to my faith in God and in the universe that as I follow these instincts, eventually I'll be driving myself unknowingly to my destination and look up and realize, hey, this is it. And that's not always easy, really becoming in tune with what sparks joy and what strips you of it. Sometimes things are just so habitual that I don't see that it's something that it's actually taking from me. I get so fired up and think, yeah, this is the way. And then I realize, wait, I kind of am over this. Or even better, I think I'm over something, but then that I'm actually not over it, but more that but I think that I'm over something, but it's not that I'm actually over it, but more of that I'm throwing in the towel too early before giving it a real shot. I'm not sure what it is I need. A change in scenery, a new friend, a better self-help book. I have no idea, but I can say I'm willing to explore different options. I'm looking at this with open arms. So, universe, I hope you could hear, but in case you can't, hey, it's me. I'm ready for what it is you have to offer. So yeah, that was that. I just thought I'd share, because I do like to write a lot, and that's why I was gonna be starting a blog post, but then just like never happened. But I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update of what's going on right now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna post this in a timely manner to where this is still like current, but I'm gonna try to get it out as fast as I can. But I don't want you guys to think that like by reading that, by listening to that post, that I'm like not in a good place. That's not what I'm trying to put off. It's just normal. It's just a part of the process, and I'm sure that a lot of people could relate that we don't all know what we're doing. So I'm kind of just going with the flow and experience and just trying to make the most out of this journey. There'll be more updates periodically throughout this, along with some other little vlogs and fun videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you do, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to this channel, because I don't know what my tagline is yet, but I make videos, and if you're interested in any of these type of videos that I make, then subscribe and come along this journey with me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.